one time I saw a blind YouTuber say, or I heard a blind YouTuber say, the issue isn't that I'm blind, the issue is that the world isn't accessible. And those words always stuck with me. For me, as someone with visual limitations, I struggle with the world not being blind friendly. And, like unlit streets and crosswalks without sound indicators, stairs without those rails or banisters, fast food menus, kids playing with flying objects, unaware that they can poke an eye out, kid. I'm very blessed to have parents who loved me and did their best to not just make the world accessible for me, but also they were my biggest advocates who fought the world to make it a place that was livable for me and maybe people like me. And despite all the things my doctor said that I wouldn't be able to do, they didn't listen, and they they forced me to learn it anyway. The doctor would say, hey, she can't do close contact sports. They would sign me up for soccer. She won't be able to drive. They taught me how to drive. Am I good at any of those things? Absolutely not. But they believed in me. And because of that, because of them, I had a pretty normal childhood. So when I became a parent, I prayed that I wouldn't have a child like me. I prayed that I would have a child that was healthy. And I knew that being a mixed kid was hard, and being a missionary kid is hard. And so I knew our kids were going to have a difficult childhood. So I prayed that, they wouldn't inherit my lack of vision or my allergies or asthma or muscle and bone issues or any of that stuff. I prayed that they would be strong. In fact, every single night I pray with them. And I say these things. I say, help me grow up to be strong, honest, humble, and kind. Yeah.
Then, a few weeks ago, the day just after our miscarriage was confirmed, we met with a pediatric behavior specialist. And after 30 minutes of assessment, the doctor turned to us and asked us this question: what do you know about autism? There are no words. There are no words to describe what we felt as the doctor took apart each of Jubilee's mannerisms and showed them in a different light. And that our daughter was struggling socially. We used to joke that Jubilee was in her own world. She'd play and sing to herself in one corner. She wouldn't interact with anyone. And there were times we would blame it on her being born during the pandemic. And really, she practically didn't meet anyone in the first year of her life. We spent many fellowships just sitting to the side or outside because Jubilee couldn't sit still. She doesn't like using a fork and spoon like regular kids do because we tell ourselves because she's Filipina, Kamayan. Yeah. She's so smart and so active. She knew all of her shapes, her colors, her numbers, her letters and animals before her second birthday. And she could sing all day. Our house is always a musical,
if you know,
even
you
up
know.
to today. No, she doesn't communicate with us through words, but we understood her, so we told ourselves this is fine. This is all right. But autism, not our Jubilee, not our miracle baby girl.
The behavior doctor told us that Jubilee was showing signs that she may be on the spectrum. But she didn't want to give a formal diagnosis because she was too little. She wanted to wait until Jubilee turns 3 years old to give real diagnosis like autism or ADHD and stuff. And so she recommended early intervention, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. Yeah.
Because Jubilee isn't diagnosed yet, our insurance won't cover the costs. So we have been spending our own personal money. We could only afford early intervention at the moment, and we are trying to find her an occupational therapist and a special needs daycare, while praying that God will somehow provide the funds.
Of course, we're trying to prevent a diagnosis. Okay, if she's autistic, we love her no matter what, but we want to prevent, because if it's a misdiagnosis, that label of autism will stay with her for the rest of her life, and it's very difficult to get it away. But the truth is this: no matter how you spin it, is that Jubilee is very socially delayed, doesn't make eye contact, doesn't interact, doesn't communicate. And so I've been going to these therapy sessions, I've been reading books, I've been asking questions, and I'm trying to research ways how to help Jubilee, and then I'm relaying that knowledge to Terrence, and then us as a team are trying to really help her get caught up. And this is one of the reasons why we decided to drop our Thai language classes for now. We just could not keep up with the time that it needed for Jubilee, and the money, we just didn't have it. And so, because we have until Jubilee's 3rd birthday, and
just a few months.
Yeah, and the type proficiency exam is around that time too. And so we were like, study for Jubilee and coach Jubilee, help her, or study Thai. We're going to choose Jubilee every single time.
Every time.
Yes. So.
Yeah, and about a month after her pre-diagnosis, she was admitted to the hospital after nearly 6 months of coughing and several nights of vomiting. We were at breaking point. And after 2 nights, she was diagnosed with severe allergies to dust mites, a trait inherited by the women of Ingrid's family. Now, this is where we want to pause and say thank you to this amazing family, the Pages, Jake, Mimi, Zuri, and Tai or Titus. Thank you so much. The day we got the news about Jubilee's pre-autism diagnosis, we decided to invite them over for dinner to our house. Ingrid didn't know why, but she just said that I feel like having the Pages over tonight. So we told them what was happening with us. Immediately they hugged us, they prayed with us, and just supported us every step of this journey. When Jubilee was in the hospital, they took care of Lucas so we could focus. And whenever our family had to sit separately during missionary fellowships and meetings, Jake and Titus, and also Mimi and Zuri, would always try to sit with us. The family always made an effort to learn how to interact with Jubilee and celebrate with us every little victory and achievement she made. They never made any comparisons or gave us any lecture. They were just there for us. They were truly a support system. Unfortunately for us, they moved to a different area of Thailand to start a church. And we are genuinely happy for their new ministry, but grieve at the same time the loss of that strong support and friendship.
Right, and we aren't classified as special needs parents yet, and hopefully we'll never be, but we are starting to understand the burden of a special needs parent, because the truth is that the world isn't built for special needs.
Right.
And even before this, pre-diagnosis, we noticed that people were uncomfortable interacting with Jubilee. They lose patience really quickly, and they give up. She doesn't listen, so they just they try to put some kind of reasoning for her behavior, some kind of label, and they don't even bother trying to get to know her or figuring it out. So it's kind of discouraging. And the thing is that special needs, it just takes extra time. you know, and some people they can't take the extra time. It's not their fault. They can't take the extra noise, and you know, they miss out. Yeah, it's
And special needs are not always visible to outsiders. What strangers may see in Jubilee as a misbehavior or she's just being a brat, but if you actually take the time, she is happy, curious, and imaginative and just crazy talented. And as Jubilee's parents, we are now her biggest advocates, and we are coaches to those around her to teach them how to interact with her and to remind them it's okay. They do that. She does that to us too.
yes.
We are treasure hunters, constantly in search for resources that can cater to her needs. Do you know what it's like to look for a school that has special needs services in
Here.
Southeast Asia?
Yeah. It's like no.
If you want to know how to love a special needs child, talk to their parents
Right.
and ask this very simple question that will go a long way. What do you need? How can I help you? How can I support you? Special needs parents shouldn't have to worry about bringing their kid to church or to someone's house or to a restaurant. Please, please take the extra time. Make eye contact. Be patient. Go the extra mile. Smile. Encourage the parent and the siblings. Don't ever compare. Don't just come in and tell them what to do. We are reminded that every kid is different. Love every kid and love every parent.
The problem is, you know, it's like what the YouTuber said at the very beginning that I mentioned. The problem isn't like special needs. The problem is the world is not accessible. So, you know, I guess our challenge for you is, you know, will you help make this world more accessible?
Help this world become an easier place for
Everyone to live in.
everyone to live in. Thank you so much.
Blue car. Good job.